really hope that you guys enjoyed today's reading. I'm excited to see what the ancestors and our guides have to tell us today, and I really do appreciate the donations. So if anybody wants to donate, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, Amazon wish list, and my PO box down in the description box below. And I really do appreciate anybody who does those things. And I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day today. Let's get started with this reading. I need to believe in myself again. I need to trust in myself and my powers and skills. I need to express myself again, fearless of others' views and opinions. So some of you could be stifling your expression, stifling what you have to say, and holding back because you might be a little bit worried about what other people have to say about it, about what other people's views or opinions are going to be on it. And there really is no reason to do that. Everybody has the thoughts that they have for a reason. Good morning, Elo. Nice to see you. And so there's really a need to be able to express yourself regardless of what anybody is thinking at this point. And it actually kind of reminds me of this morning. I was dealing with somebody who is very Republican, and not for any actual facts-based evidence or anything like that. No, doesn't actually do the research in any way, shape, or form. And sent me something about, oh, which one do you think is corrupt, with ex-presidents that have how much money they had when they went into office and how much money they have now, which is funny because some of them have only been out of office for a few years. So it takes a little time to build that up. Also, the one that has the less money is the one that has declared bankruptcy several times in his life, and somehow people still claim he's a great businessman. But either way, regardless, what I followed that up with was, well, they apparently didn't steal it from office while they were there, because while they were there, the deficit was down, extremely down, farther than it ever has been during a Republican's reign in office. Period. Bottom line. I can send you the facts right now, and I did. I sent him articles that had to deal with exactly that, and let him know that, hey, these people are actually the ones that did a good job at removing our debt in office. Good morning, Lily. Nice to see you. And so this is a very, very, very hard right area that I'm in. And that's basically what I'm saying, is that when you are dealing with people that have very different opinions from you, and it's the majority of the people around you, don't worry so much about what you're saying or how it's going to affect people, because you know what? Your voice matters too, and you should be allowed to express your opinions as well. Cash App is much better. I would really appreciate it through Cash App, Lily. Is that how you say that? Because now I'm torn between whether I should be saying Lily or Lele. Or something completely different. All you seek lies within yourself. There are still some lessons, trials, and tribulations that you must endure before you are successful on your path. It will be worth it. Keep uncovering your innermost truth one step at a time. Your strength will be tested, but you will overcome. This too has a purpose, so stay on your path because your commitment is being tested. Every time you're doing something that is very important, your commitment is going to be tested. Your commitment to doing the right thing, your commitment to upholding your beliefs and your values, your commitment to speaking your truth and expressing yourself regardless of what obstacles may happen to be in front of you. Thank you. You are so free, authentic, and true to you. You fly high and take those leaps with steady faith and courage. I don't feel like you see yourself as so courageous, but you are. If anyone I know has balls, it's you. You are confident and stable in your pursuits. You stand up for what you believe in and what you feel is right. You never turn a blind eye to injustice. Your curiosity is an amazing part of you as well, and always ensures that I won't be bored with you around. I won't back down, Tom Petty. So, Once again, in order to be this person, you have to be able to express yourself without fears, worries, anxieties, without wondering what people are going to think or how people will react. You can't really care about that if you're going to be able to do this, because being the person who steps up and says what needs to be said in situations that are tense or harsh, it really does take that courage. And if you are somebody who does that, you have so much courage, more than a lot of people do. What is your question, Lily? I made it to where my Cash App sends me a text message too. And you know what's funny? It actually sends me a text message, a notification from Cash App, and an email now. And it wasn't doing any of those before when I was doing my live. So it wasn't actually notifying me of receiving the payment. And now it does all three. Weirdly. What is being hidden from you? So, let's see what we have here. Charity will come in. Oh, clarity will come in what you are. Sorry. Clarity will come in what you are now facing. Rest and take care of you so that you can find your peace within. I'm feeling like you got a lot of anxiety going on. Trust in the process. Grieving is hard. Have compassion, forgiveness, and understanding for yourself and for others at this time. So there might be something that you are grieving that you maybe aren't noticing you're grieving at this time. Something that has ended or something that has come to a close, maybe even just a chapter of your life. Something has ended and you're kind of grieving over it. And you're going to have a lot of compassion and forgiveness and understanding for yourself and for others at this time. Clarity is definitely going to be making its way to you, but for right now, you just need to rest and take care of yourself. That way you can find that peace within so that you can be listening to your intuition over the anxiety. My kids are safe and protected. I love them and they love me. People have tried to pull us apart, but our connection is so strong that it can never be severed. They love me no matter who I am or what I am going through, and vice versa. I need to heal and get back on my feet again so I can be there for them fully again. So there could be, it doesn't have to be kids, but there could definitely be someone in your life that feels very safe and protected with you around, someone that has been broken apart from your side in some sort of way. And just know that there's a lot of love between the both of you. And you're really needing to heal and get back on your feet so that you can be there fully again. And I really feel like there is definitely some sort of very heavy loss that you are grieving at this time. Level up, Ciara. Motivation, Normani. An ex-lover, husband, or boyfriend. Motivation, Kelly Rowland. I was hurt and I felt betrayed. I left you out in the cold because of it. No matter what you did or how you were there for me, I could not see it. I didn't want to. After everything that I did to you in my projections, I didn't feel like I deserved any of it. I thought your kindness and love for me was stupid and you deserved better, so I pushed you away. You were the only one there for me. I was mired in so much self-pity, self-hate, and was blaming everything on you. I am sorry that I let you down. I am sorry you believed in me. I am sorry I hurt you, and I am sorry that I tried to take everything from you and ruin your good name. You deserved better. Don't waste your time on me. Reach for the sky. I know that you can accomplish anything, even if I tried to convince you otherwise, because I was scared. Because I was scared that you would see that you deserved better and find it elsewhere. Now you're winning. You put in so much hard work and tried so hard to get them to believe in themselves as you believed in them. Tried so hard to get them to see that you wanted them. So, this is something that you spent an awful lot of time and effort towards really trying to prove your love, prove your value, prove their value, trying to get them to see how you felt and what was going on. And I really feel like the only way that they can do that is by loving themselves. The only way they can do that is by being able to see that inside of themselves. And they were really projecting and taking a lot out on you because of their anger, their sadness, their hurt. And if that's not the case, then it could even be that you may have been doing this in some sort of way with others around you as well, because you might have been feeling very upset about who you were. But I'm feeling it's the other way around. Mystic Star. Harmony in the home and great friendships. Awen, 3 rays of light. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. So, regardless of whether or not you can see it now, there's going to be harmony coming in, peace coming into your home, to your friendships, to your family. There's going to be a lot of beautiful energy coming in because people are really working to balance themselves, and everybody has to choose to heal and to grow on their own. We can't make anybody else do that. All we can really do is choose to do that ourselves and hope that other people follow as well. Lead by example is a good way to put that. Death, 8 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the World. And so there's definitely something that ended that you walked away from, because even though there was all this beautiful love here, because all these cups are still upright. You're welcome. All these cups are still upright, and there's all this beautiful love here, and your intuition even was telling you that this person means the world to me, but I have to be able to move away from this. You might have been afraid to follow that intuition as well because you didn't want to let go and you didn't want to remove yourself from this situation. But you had to be able to be on your own so that you can understand that you have everything you need inside of yourself. The universe would provide the rest, so you could gain your confidence, your stability, your strength, your self-respect, so that you could really learn how to stand on your own and how not to rely so much on others. So you could balance out your masculine and feminine energy. And I'm feeling like so you could add a bit more masculine energy to your energy. And this is really ending the cycles of the past. And as the door is closing on those old cycles, there is going to be a new beginning coming into play. There's definitely going to be something that is very beneficial and something that is very good for you that is coming in the near future. A brand new cycle is beginning, and it's because of your ability to be able to let go and release and just allow things to play out the way that they're meant to play out, and to have faith and trust that everything that's happening is happening for a good reason. And also, I feel like there is possibly even some extra financial stability coming in the future for you as well. Something that's going to help you to be able to maintain your independence and your stability. And it's going to keep you from feeling like you need anyone else even more, because you have everything that you need. So that's what I have for that question. Hi, Muse. It's nice to see you today. So, what is the next thing that my guides want to talk to us about today? Holding back my tears, squeezing my eyes shut. Ugh, not this again. Go away. I have cried enough lately. Crying never solved a problem anyway. Is this my own voice or that of my parents? It's okay that I'm crying. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to grieve a loss. Even if no one else sees it as one, it was for me. I'm allowed to cry, and I'm going to give myself that needed time for grieving and cleansing. The only way to heal is to allow myself to process and feel everything, so I can do this. It hurts so badly, yes, but at the end of the day, I still have me to take care. I still have me to take care of, and I can give myself the love that I need. This reparenting thing can be so difficult and feel like a very slow progress at times, but I know that it is the way. But I know that it's the way forward. It's time for me to see and celebrate my own progression through this rough journey. So, if you've been having a hard time with being compassionate, understanding, and empathetic with yourself, or with feeling like the loss that you have suffered is not something that you should be grieving over because everybody else tells you that it's stupid, or everybody else tells you that this person's a loser or an asshole and you shouldn't even be worried or upset about them anyway, or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. because you had love for that situation. And it is okay to allow yourself to express that through your tears, to allow yourself to cry, to allow yourself to cleanse, because that's how you cleanse. And really, there's a lot of worse ways that you could deal with it. There's a lot of people that instead of crying, they turn to alcohol or they turn to drugs because crying is for the weak or whatever they want to say. But you know what? Crying is for damn strong people, because being able to do that in a world where everybody thinks that you're weak or stupid or foolish or whatever they want to say, and being able to stand there and tell them, no, I'm not. Just because I loved somebody doesn't make me any less strong or amazing or beautiful. I still managed to move away from the situation, but yeah, I do need to cry. And crying is good for me. Look high, not low. Sights on the sky, set so high, haters always wonder why. Set expectations are a lie, but look at me now, standing tall, I have climbed my brick wall. Are you ready to fight this fight, or is jealousy blocking your sight? You can change your life too, come out smelling so brand new. But all your time is wasted here, spent only on your nasty leer. Take a moment to look in the mirror, tell me, what is it that you truly fear? See the amazing things you could be, if only you were willing to pay the fee. So there could be a bit of an ego death going on here as well for the collective, where people may be realizing that some of the negative energy they were feeling from others could have actually been coming from themselves. And it could have been because of something you felt like you were lacking, or something you felt like others did better than you, or something along those lines. And you might have been acting out of a little bit of fear, feeling like that person could have been stealing whatever it is that you had because of the qualities that they had that were better than yours in some sort of way. And so now it's really time to pray, meditate, find that inner peace again, and to really understand what is blocking you. Is it really something outside of yourself, or is it something within you? Something within you that is causing you to think negative thoughts about yourself or negative thoughts about the world around you. It's really time to start focusing on the more positive things. Those people that you might be feeling some negative energy towards or from, try to think of something good about them. And I'm not saying you have to invite these people into your life or anything, but what I am saying is thinking of something good about them is really going to help you to shift your mindset. It's kind of like, let's see if I can think of an example of this. There was a guy that was really kind of a piece of shit that I was dealing with about 2 years ago. And there was a lot of awful things about him. But he is also the only man that has ever asked me to dance in my lifetime, besides when my husband danced with me at my wedding. And actually, I don't think he even asked me to dance. I think I was like, we're dancing. They got live music here. Let's go dance. And yeah, so there's something good about him. There was a few different good things about him, but that was one of the main things. And, trying to allow yourself to see the good aspects of people really does help you to pull yourself out of an energy of only being able to see the darkness or the shadow or the shade, and really being able to focus more on some of the good things in this world. I know you can handle this too. I know it has been rough, but you're still here. You made it through everything. I'm still standing. Elton John. I'm still standing after all this time. Cause and effect. Because of certain shifts in our life, things can fall together. There is a purpose for it all. The Lion King. And the first thing that popped in my mind with the theme of this and the theme of the last question as well, all of it together is making me think of He Lives in You. When Simba is really wanting to see his dad, and Rafiki's taking him on that wild goose chase, and he ends up at the river looking at his reflection, and he's like, that's not my dad, that's just my reflection. And he's like, no, look closer, because he is inside of you. Every person that we have touched, every love that we have felt is all right there inside of our heart and with us at all times. So even when energy transforms or things shift and change, they are still there with us. It's not a loss. It's something that we gained from that situation, regardless of whether or not we were able to remain in contact with those people, or regardless of whether or not those people may have passed away. Whatever the case may be, they are still there with us all the time. And you are still standing after everything that you have been through. You can handle what's going on right now as well. It really is something that is very hard to handle, but it's something that you can handle. And it's something that your ancestors want you to know, that they are very proud of you for being able to look on the bright side and look on the positive side, for being able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue forward. And you really are just a very strong, shining beacon of hope and light for other people around you as you do this as well. And all of these transformations, they create strong, significant changes in our life. The way we live our life, the way we speak, the things that we do, the things that are important to us. Big, major transformations like the death of a loved one, or like the loss of a friend, or the loss of a partner that we had for 10 years. All of those things really create a massive transformation in our life. It creates a strong, transformative energy. How are you going to use that energy? Because that energy can be made to have purpose, and it's made to have purpose through our actions going forward. The vulture and the crocodile. The Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So, you're being asked to really patiently observe things, to watch, wait, and see what happens in situations. You're also being asked to really look inside yourself and see what you are not liking about you, what you are feeling like you have to hide from the world, what you are feeling is not good enough, where you're feeling like you lack, what self-esteem issues you may be having, or insecurities that you may be having, because those things can be severely blocking your path forward. You may have a lot of momentum, a lot of drive, a lot of passion to go after what it is that you want to go after. But in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, you need to be able to see the value inside of yourself. You need to be able to see how much you mean to the world around you, how fertile you are, how your ability to create is really very strong. You are definitely somebody who's very honest, very loyal, very solid, stable, committed, somebody who really has a lot to offer to situations. You're somebody who nurtures and cares for everything and everyone around you, and you really bring life to the world. And this is hidden from you by this mask. It's hidden from you and the rest of the world by this mask that you wear to cover it up, because you are worried that those good things about you are not good things. And so you try to keep the world from seeing the beautiful things about you. And especially like your care, the energy, time, effort you put into things to nurture them, to grow them. And some people could have really hurt you in some sort of way. There could have definitely been a player type of energy or something along those lines. Somebody who was in and out, hot and cold, on and off, breadcrumbing, ghosting, really just making you feel insignificant, making you feel small, making you feel little, making you feel like you were nothing, or like you really didn't have anything to offer, when really you had everything to offer. And this person was taking what you had to offer but wasn't giving anything back to you. And really, you do have this ability to be able to be around those energies and not allow it to affect your energy, not allow it to hurt you or tear you down, and not allow it to spread through you. While at the same time, it's one of those things where if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not putting time, energy, and effort into your self-care and your self-love, and you are not seeing your value and your worth, and you're not taking the time out to take care of you, or taking the time out to really get to know somebody, or to watch them and their movements and observe them and understand them, and having that patience with yourself as well, and really having patience with others, it really can create a very strong energy of needing to protect yourself. You could really start absorbing all those energies and having those energies weigh you down and make you feel burdened, make you feel like you are the reason that these things happen to you, but you are not the reason that these things happen to you. It is not your fault that people treated you the way that they did. They treated you the way that they did simply because they had their own self-worth and value issues going on. and they were busy trying to pretend to be something that they weren't, and instead of accepting and loving themselves as they were. And if you start falling into that energy yourself, then you can actually become the people who have hurt you. And I know you don't want to become the people who have hurt you. So it's time now to really address what's going on in your mind, what's going on with who you are, what you want, where you're going, and really be patient with yourself, be understanding with yourself, and also try not to allow the illusions or lies of others to pull a blindfold over your eyes. Listen to yourself when you're feeling like there's a red flag there. Listen to yourself when you're seeing or noticing behavior that is not upstanding, behavior that is not behavior that you deserve, and express your opinion about it and then walk away. Sometimes people do change, but sometimes they don't. And no amount of loving someone harder is going to cause them to change. So in between messages, if you guys want to be able to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I really appreciate anybody doing any of those things. And let's get into the next message. Ease your mind. Don't allow yourself to fall down the rabbit hole. PTSD is hard to deal with, and too much internet scrolling may cause psychosis. You need to pull away from all of it to heal some more. It's okay to need this time. So a lot of the theme of today's reading seems to be compassion, understanding, empathy, love for yourself, being able to give yourself the same things that you give to other people so freely. It's time to really allow yourself the time to be able to heal, the time to be able to just be with your thoughts, be with your feelings, and don't get so trapped in them that you go down the rabbit hole, but allow them to pass through you. Meditation, when it comes to meditation, it's not about clearing the mind completely of every thought you've ever had. No, meditation is getting into a very relaxed state so that those feelings can pass through your mind. You can acknowledge them, deal with them, and then let them go and move on to the next feeling. And as you pull yourself away and you heal your energy like that, and you really find that peace within yourself, you're going to be able to listen to your intuition to a much greater level. And your mind is going to be at ease. You are going to be feeling much more at peace. And you're really going to be able to deal with the situations in everyday life in a much better way. You might be thinking, oh, I'm wasting time doing this when I got so many things going on. But no, you're not wasting time doing this when you got so many things going on. You'll be able to handle those things so much better if you take the time out for yourself. You are breaking cycles from the past through to the future generations. Long festering karma and karmic wounds. It is time to let go. Be true to you. Allow yourself to shine bright. Leave behind what you were taught in favor of the new things that you have learned. Talking points may help you in some sort of way. Write a sentence and see what follows. So while you're sitting there alone, write down a sentence and then see what thoughts come to your mind and write those down with it. Allow yourself to get those things out of you. That's a great way to be able to let go of those things too, is by being able to write them down. Some people even burn them afterwards. It's time to really explore. Stop thinking curiosity is a bad thing. It sometimes leads to bad things, but it just as often leads to good ones too. Take calculated risks, but be discerning. Not fearful though. Let that fear give rise to faith and courage. Now is the time for commitment tests. Only the strongest will make it through. You can do this. Believe it and make it so. It's also been a very strong theme of commitment to yourself and your truth as well. I can feel that dark energy taking over again. The pure anger of it is white hot. The voices are here again. You're so stupid. You were adopted. You were born under a rock. You're so ugly. Focus. I need time to focus, but it's consuming my mind. How will I ever focus? I'm smart. I'm useful. I'm loved. I'm protected. A little better. Now keep it going. Pull yourself out of it. You know how. You are a being of light. Pull on that light. All your ancestors are behind you, wanting you to win the fight for them all. I see their light in my mind, and it joins the light that I am vibrating out. I call on the divine, asking for strength and faith to pull myself back to my inner peace. to be with me on my journey, shielding me as I go. I send my thanks for all of their gifts and their help. I feel safe, strong, and complete, and like I could face anything again, and all the dark energy fades away and holds no power over me. So prayer is also going to be a very strong thing to help you through the darkest times. Prayer, talking to your ancestors, talking to your angels, talking to those that you have faith in and trust in to be there, to guide you, to protect you, to make you feel safe and at peace. And also, I'm really getting this message that your ancestors would like me to let you know that they are sorry for the cycles that they created. They didn't know any better than some of the things that they were doing. And they really are very proud of you for being able to turn this around and break those cycles. For being able to break some of the cycles they couldn't, although they broke their own cycles at their time too. The Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Cups. The Frog. Once again about cleansing and healing. And the Tiger. So being able to take some walks at night may be very peaceful for you. It may stimulate your intuition. It may bring you a lot of healthy, quiet, alone time. It's really going to help you to be able to get in touch with your shadow side as well, to be able to acknowledge it, to be able to see it, to be able to understand it, and to be able to find your way through these things. You may feel like you're having to fight at every turn, like you're having to defend your friendships or your partnerships, like it gets exhausting because it really is just a fight at every turn, and things should be so much easier, but things are not always easy. In fact, a lot of the things that you want more than anything in this world take a lot more work, dedication, time, commitment, faith, patience, trust. All of those things are needed to create anything worthwhile in your life. And really being able to stand up and defend your values, defend your points of view, to express yourself, to express what you're passionate about, what you love, what you care about, where you want to go, what you want to do. All of those things are really going to bring you so much more happiness than being able to sit idly by in a submissive form, allowing everyone else to guide your life instead. And a lot of this cleansing that you're doing, a lot of this healing that you're doing is really going to bring you a very different energy and level of self-confidence, a belief in yourself that wasn't there before. And also, I really feel like everybody is collectively working on really balancing out the masculine and feminine energies and really balancing out that shadow and light side, really being able to acknowledge the divinity within ourselves and the earthly energy within ourselves, because we all have both. The only people that think that they're all light all the time are the ones that are judgmental, self-righteous, up on their pedestal, putting everybody else down. Nobody is all light all the time. Everybody has a shadow side too. And a lot of what determines whether or not a relationship or a friendship or a situation or family, whatever it is, works out is determined by how well your demons play together, or if anybody even acknowledges or recognizes that they have demons and things like that. I really feel like there's going to be a strong harmony in relationships or friendships that is going to be coming in the near future. Somebody's going to fight for a friendship with you, and you may not even be seeing it right now, because right now you may be in a very tucked away, healing yourself type of energy. You may be growing something. You may be giving birth to something. You may be bringing something out into the world to where your energy, focus, and time is on yourself and what you're creating. And so you may not even see that you do actually have people behind you that actually want to support you, that actually want to stand up for you, that actually want to be there for you. But you were having to make this journey on your own. And so you may have been blinded to some of those energies that were around you because you were being asked to take this trip on your own. And another great thing that is really going to help with being able to balance yourself out, defend yourself, set proper boundaries that are healthy, being able to not give in to the emotions of others around you, especially if you're an empath, is being able to cleanse, clear, heal, protect your energy. Being able to wash away all that negative energy. One of the best ways I've found to do that is in the shower. or in the bathtub where you just allow all the water to wash over you. And as it does, you imagine all the darkness, all the negative, lower vibrational energies, all of the energetic interference that you've picked up, any of the emotions of anyone else, any of the burdens of anyone else, all just falling away, melting away, and going down the drain. And all of your muscles relaxing as you do that. You can even just do this just with a breathing exercise while you're meditating. And as you breathe in, you draw in all that light and all that love and that purity, and you breathe out all that negative energy. In the shower, you can, after letting all of that darkness and negativity and all that stuff go down the drain, you call back all the pieces of your soul, your energy, all of the essence of you. Call it back to you, all the bright, beautiful, peace-filled, comfortable, loving energy that is yours. And then you protect that. I like to use a crystal ball around it, and then I like to put little shards of mirror outside of that so that it can reflect any negative energy back to the owner, so I'm not sitting there absorbing it all day. As an empath, you are not meant to be there to absorb everybody's energy as a sponge, or to be responsible for everyone else's emotions or feelings, or to be able to change everyone's emotions or feelings. No, you are put here to be able to understand other people's emotions and feelings, to be able to know what's up with people, to be able to help them through it. But at the end of the day, you cannot carry their baggage around with you. You have to drop that at the door so you can continue to be the healer that you are. You cannot be the healer that you are if you're carrying the entire weight of the world on your shoulders. You have to be able to leave it at the door, and you have to be able to move forward. And a lot of it is in transmuting that energy as well. Taking that negative, lower vibrational energy, giving it back to the earth for healing and transmutation, for transformation into a higher grade of energy, to heal the vibrations of the collective, being able to transmute that energy however you see fit, being able to change that energy from a negative energy to a positive energy, being able to see the light in the dark, things like that, but also not allowing yourself to fall victim to the dark because you aren't seeing it. You know, you have to be able to see both the light and the dark. So, in between messages, if anybody would like to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I really appreciate anybody who does any of that. It really does help me out more than you know. And let's see what else our guides want to talk about today. I'm going to grab a drink really quick first. Usually I have my drink over here with me, but I ended up forgetting to grab it. So, let's see what else our guides want to talk about today. Don't you see the truth here? We hate each other and we can't stand each other. Neither one of us ever agrees with anything the other one says. All we do is argue. It's like we are siblings. I know that they say that you can't hate someone without love being underneath, but it must be buried deep. Don't give your love to me. You have an amazing heart. We are toxic to each other, and even if I don't agree with you or your values, I feel like you deserve happiness with someone who loves everything about you. Don't sell yourself short, settle for less, or give yourself to anyone who doesn't see or appreciate your shine. By the way, I do still want to be friends. After all, I did say you're like a sibling to me. I love butting heads with you, and we both make each other stop and think from a different perspective, but we both need a partner in love and not an opponent. This isn't sports. So there could be a very strong competition going on between partners with this energy. Constant fighting, constant bickering, constant differing of opinions to where it's hard to find any kind of common ground or any kind of compromise in situations. And so somebody could definitely be trying to get you to see that this is not a situation where something healthy or loving can grow. This is a situation where people really are just constantly in a war with each other instead of being able to have a peaceful ground. Earthworm. Earthworms come out when it rains only to feed, mate, or move to another place. It represents the relationship, that sounds like an introvert very strongly. It represents the relationship between active and passive energies in life. Darkness is not always a bad thing, but it may be time to move towards the light that is beckoning you by cleansing and clearing your energy field. Miraculous regeneration and healing is what this animal is with you. Is why this animal is with you now. Just when you feel like giving up, you will be receiving a breakthrough. Your rebirth will come at the perfect time. Take life one step at a time. Be patient with yourself and with others. Sometimes it is difficult to come out in the open. Slow movement is so that you can learn. Confront your fear or dislike of doing something and learn from it. What you give is what you get. Dig through the dirt and allow it to be the fuel that pushes you forward. So if there is a strong competitive energy and constant argumentativeness, that takes two sides. It takes two sides to create that. It's not just something one person can do all by themselves. It really does take two sides to be able to argue. I've explained this to my daughters several times. But you can heal that, and you can heal that by being able to communicate your position without allowing the emotions to get involved so much to where it makes it personal for you or the person. Which is also why it's really hard to have an emotional connection or relationship with somebody that you're constantly competing with or constantly arguing with, is because there's so much emotions involved there that everybody wants their personal point of view to be heard and seen and felt, and everybody really just feels like the other person's not understanding them, and so on and so forth. And that emotion level really gets in the way of being able to make progress in those situations, being able to come to an understanding. Which is why it's a healthy thing to be able to have a healthy level of detachment when dealing with others. That's also where the energy protection and shielding and cleansing will come in very handy, especially for empaths, but for people in general, is so that we are not absorbing the energies of others, so we can stay in our own energy. So that when even say you're not somebody who usually fights with anybody, but you have somebody around you who's very argumentative, and you're picking up on their energy, and it makes you want to be argumentative too, and it really pushes your buttons, it triggers you, it gets to you. Well, if you're emotionally detached a little bit and you're not allowing their energy to enter your sphere, then you're staying in your peaceful energy, and you can guide that situation to a more peaceful ending or conclusion. A powerful change in this world starts with you today. It is time to let go of the past, not the people or the love, but the pain and the hurt. Life is what we make it. Focus on the love. You know better than to allow the abuse of others at this point, and others know better than to target you. Some have even realized their actions and will truly atone for them by a change in their behavior. For an apology that big, walk is the only thing that will work for you. But they also need to communicate their apology. And their apology needs to be as loud as their betrayal and their cover-up was. It's time for some people to face the music. Free will on if they choose to do it willingly, or will the universe do it for them? Giant tower moments come to mind on that. Some have healed enough already. Some never will. And others will have to learn the hard way. Nothing wrong with that. It just takes patience. Better late than never. 8/27/21. So there's something that has happened in the past where people have hurt you in some sort of way. It's time to release that. It's time to let go of it. It's time to realize that through the healing that you have done, you are never going to be in that position again, because you will not allow it anymore. And also because people know better than to put you in that position now. People may have underestimated you. They may have thought that you would just roll over and die, or whatever the case may be. But they know now that that is not the case. And they also know better than to target you now. They know better than to treat you the way that they did. They have really had an awakening and have recognized things in a different way. And really, the only apology that is going to work at this time is walk. And it's going to take a big walk. But they also need to communicate things. They really need to make it vocal that their betrayal and cover-up was betrayal and cover-up, and that they told lies, that they really tried to destroy things for you because of their hurt, their pain. They're trying to control you or possess you. They're trying to, whatever it is that they were trying to do, they really hurt you. They really betrayed you. And they really need to make up for it in a very solid way. Not just something that you can speak out loud, but something that you actually show and do along with the speech. Some people are at the point where they're facing the music right now. And they're either going to have to face this music, or they're going to have to face something very big that's going to be happening in their life to expose it. And it's really going to cause things to crumble down in a much worse way. There's no point in really holding on to this anymore and allowing it to affect you and allowing it to tear you down or control your life anymore. Because now it's this person's problem. It's not your problem anymore. If you've moved away from this energy and you are on to bigger, better things, doing you, focused on your goals, focused on your healing, focused on your growth, then you don't really need to focus on what's going to be happening with this person, because this person will definitely get their just dues. Whether you call it karma, whether you go by the Wiccan Reed, which actually was only made in 1964, which is harm none, and what you put out comes back to you times 3. Whatever it is that you go by or believe in, there is consequences for actions. There is cause and effect. If you believe in science, there's cause and effect. Any action creates an equal and opposite reaction. It's a very known fact that people will get what they put out. And so whoever these people are will get what they put out. Some of them may actually come back to apologize. Some of them will not. But at the end of the day, what's most important for you is to be able to work on you and your goals, and not to be focused on this person and what they have going on. Shit, they may have even went through a lot of stuff that you didn't even know that they went through. And they could have really been torn down for what they did to you, and you just didn't even know it because you didn't get to see it from the outside. The World, the Fool, and the Wheel of Fortune. Taking this leap of faith, being able to let go of the past cycles, being able to birth in a new world, being able to really keep your peace, your calm, your solid state, regardless of the ups and downs and ins and outs of life, is really going to change your world dramatically. And there's going to be a lot of good things coming in for you. Your whole perspective on life has really been shifted in a lot of ways. And if it wasn't for everything that you went through, then you would not be at the level that you are right now. So really, everything that you went through with this person, not only is it something that you need to put to rest and stop worrying about whether or not they're going to get theirs, also everything that they did caused you to be able to get yours. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be on this road to prosperity, because you never would have went through the things that you went through that led you here today. It's kind of like me being able to be here talking to you guys. If it wasn't for all the abuse that I went through, I wouldn't even be here talking to you. And life is always going to have its ups and downs. It's always going to have its ins and outs. There's going to be times when everything is falling apart. There's going to be times when everything is so amazing. And while those things are amazing, have the gratitude for it. While things are falling apart, find the gratitude even more, because that's what will keep you sane. That's what will keep you peaceful. That's what will keep you hoping and feeling good inside. And that good feeling inside is what you want. It has nothing to do with what's going on outside of you that creates your happiness. It's all in what is going on inside of you that creates that happiness. So we have successful career. Like I said, if it wasn't for everything that you went through with these people, you would not be on the path to prosperity that you're on. A happy working environment, pay raises, and promotions. And you are no longer going to be being stepped on by anybody, because people know better than to step on you at this point. People know that karma will kick them in the ass for it. People also know that you are not going to put up with it, that you are somebody who does not allow people to fuck with you and get away with it. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. I touched on this just a little bit ago, actually. And what this means is that, yes, you do have that divinity, that light, that beauty, that amazingness inside of you. And you have so much power and so many gifts. And at the same time, you do have that earthly energy inside of you too. You have that shadow. You have the triggers. You have the hurt, the pain, the grief, the fear, the anxiety, the doubt, the insecurities, the low self-esteem, all those kinds of things are aspects of yourself too. And in order for you to be able to live the best life that you can live, you have to acknowledge those aspects of yourself. And in order to be able to heal those aspects of yourself, you have to acknowledge them. If you're denying that you have any kind of shadow sides, then you cannot heal those shadow sides. And I really feel like you have been taking a leap of faith to dive into those shadow sides and to heal those shadow sides so that it can really change your world. Achievement. Win the award, accolade, or contract. Because of your hard work, because of your effort, because of the time you have spent on growth, healing, on closing out these karmic cycles, and really putting an end to the ego, really putting an end to the karmic energy going on in your life and in yourself, you are really going to be coming into a very strong energy of achievement, of recognition, success, enjoying prosperity and growth in your life in a lot of different ways. Power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Very strong, constant theme in today's video. Cleansing, purifying, and protecting your physical body helps you to be able to maintain your own energy. It helps you to be able to be your best self. It helps you to be able to stay out of the emotions of others while still helping them, but remaining detached enough to where it does not drain you. It does not weigh you down. It does not burden you. It does not turn your life into their life simply because you are upset or sad for them or empathetic towards their cause or what they're feeling. So that's what I have for that message. And in between messages, if you guys would like to purchase a question or donate to the channel, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I really do appreciate anybody who does that. It really does help me out. And we are on to the next message from our guides. So let's see what we got. Right now, it's time to focus on you and your goals. That's a big theme of today's reading, too. We are on our own journeys right now, and we both know deep down that this is necessary. We have a lot to learn to align ourselves to a more unconditional form of love, and to also find and reveal our highest power. When we are strong on our own, we will be stronger together. This is reminding me of something that I discussed with my ex. He really couldn't handle it. When you need somebody but don't want them, that is not nearly as amazing as being able to want somebody and not need them. He couldn't get it through his thick skull that I didn't need him, that I wanted him in my life, and that it was technically better that I wanted him in my life even though I didn't need him. Because that means I'm choosing to have you in my life regardless of the fact that I don't need you in my life. But he needed me and weirdly didn't want me. So it was really hard for him to understand that concept because he wanted me to be in the same toxic energy that he was in on that front. And I have my own toxic energies, but those were not them. I miss our time together. I miss our time together. I miss playing with you. Chasing toys, your hands, flashlights, rope wars. I miss your belly rubs and how you always scratched the perfect spot, especially that one right on my butt. Know that I'll always watch over you as good as you did for me. I love you. So, considering this is kind of on a love front here, that could definitely be something from somebody's partner, although this did come out. This was a message in one of my pet readings I did at one point in time. whoever this person is, they really miss your time together. They miss playing with you. They miss all the games you used to play. They miss that you guys used to massage each other, or that you guys used to scratch each other's backs, that you guys were always there for each other. And they really want you to know that they will always be there to watch over you as good as you did for them. Even if you guys are not together physically, they are with you spiritually. But right now, it is time for solo journeys, for learning, for growth, for finding enlightenment and alignment. Your seeds are sprouting. Master Manifester, success is coming in. You have overcome so much. Fertility from growth, good job healing. Attitude of gratitude is paying off. Allow your blessings to come in. Abundance is yours. Home is where the heart is. Luck is with you now. Awesome work. Know that it's true. Good karma is coming for you. You have worked hard. Celebrate your successes. Oh, and by the way, as I'm staring at this rainbow with the pot of luck under it, or the pot of gold that says luck on it, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. So, everything that you've really been working towards is paying off. It's growing. It's becoming. And a lot of the reason that it's paying off so effectively and so efficiently is because of this attitude of gratitude. Being able to see the beauty around you, even in the darkest of times. Having that commitment to health, to healing, to peace within is bringing peace without. You really are doing a lot of awesome work. You've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of growth. You're rebuilding your foundations so that you have a solid, sturdy, stable foundation underneath you in growing what you're growing. There's definitely a lot of abundance, a lot of fertility coming in. You may actually even have a lot of birds around you right now that may be singing a lot. Butterflies too. There may be a lot of butterflies around you. Yellow or orange butterflies especially. Maybe even blue butterflies. I'm thinking like robins, bluebirds, things like that. Love. Love isn't something that you can see. Love doesn't cost a fee. Give your love with all your heart. Don't stop, even if you part. Love is something unconditional. It isn't always sane or rational. In loving another, you love their scars. Reaching deeply, you're counting stars. Never let them lay those on you, but love is there to get them through. Love is in all the kindness we see. Love can truly set your heart free. Patience is a very big part. Understanding is an art. Compassion fill your heart and mind. Oh, compassion fills your heart and mind, sorry. Love does not ask to bind. Empathy fills you up inside. Forgiveness also comes along for the ride. If you love yourself enough to speak your piece, to know what you deserve and release, you also know love can be from afar. Hope still shining like a star. Sometimes love is painful too, especially if a lover was untrue. Don't allow a painful past to last. Out of your soul, that poison was cast. 11/11/20. Crazy that I wrote that on 11/11. I'm finding that synchronicity to be very strong. So, this is definitely a situation where you have been apart from somebody that you love very immensely. There has actually been a couple references to this throughout this reading as well. So that has been somewhat of a theme too, that there is definitely something that has a lot of love in it. And even though you're apart, there is still love. It's not something that you can explain. It's not something that you can tame. It's something that is there, and it's something that's real. But at the same time, sometimes you need the distance and space, because people sometimes have a very hard time loving, and their toxicity, their scars, their hurt, their pain can be projected onto you. And sometimes it's best for space to be there so that you guys are not hurting each other so much. And so you're not hurting your children as much either. I actually told my ex something along those lines as well. When we split up, I told him that we were very toxic together. We were hurting each other, and that was hurting our kids. Our kids would be happier if we were happier, and we would be happier without each other. And he didn't like that very much. And I was like, and I know neither one of us wants to be blamed for things ending, or neither one of us wants to have a divorce like our parents, or blah, 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 and all that other crap. But here's the thing, we can't just stay together because we don't want to be them. We have to be able to do things that make ourselves happy and healthy, because that's what will make our kids happy and healthy too. So it's not always because of hate that people split apart. Sometimes it's because of love that is too strong. Sometimes it's because we don't want to tarnish that love. There's a lot of different reasons why people split apart. And if you guys enjoy this poem, you can find it on my other channel, StoryTime, and you can find a link for that in the description box below. 8 of Swords, Chariot, Ace of Cups. So, mental prison, feeling stuck, tormented, held back, tortured, feeling like you can't move forward, feeling like you can't express yourself, because if you express yourself, everybody's going to be there to attack you. Being stuck in your mind, trapped in a rabbit hole, really overthinking things constantly, and being able to face those energies, being able to see the truth in what was going on, being able to understand how people were dealing with scars, dealing with pain, how people were getting stuck and lost and trapped in a prison of their own making. And they really were just feeling lost, alone, feeling like a sacrificial lamb in some sort of way, or just feeling like everything that ended kept them back, or whatever it was, or they had to end something to move forward because they couldn't move forward while attached to this thing. Maybe even feeling like somebody else is holding you back, but at the end of the day, you're the only one who can hold you back. And breaking free from that. Really being able to examine the thoughts that were going on in your mind, and the things that kept you back, the things that held you down, the things that really made you feel like you couldn't move forward, like you were stuck, like you were trapped, like the things that were really causing that issue. Being able to really acknowledge, understand, and accept your shadow side and your light side. Being able to see the beauty inside of you, the love energy, the amazing, unique, beautiful qualities, the wonderful things about you, but also being able to see the negative, awful, horrible, sometimes disgusting things about yourself. Being able to accept both of those things, being able to understand both of those things, being able to work on those things and grow those things, whether that's working on your skills or your hobbies or who you are and making it better, or whether that's working on your shadow sides and the triggers you have, the fears you have, the issues that you have with getting lost in your thoughts, or feeling stuck or stagnant, or the issues you have with your motivation and lack thereof, things like that. Being able to really address all of those things so that you can really ground yourself, so that you can really feel stable, steady, confident in moving forward, so you can really feel like you are moving forward in the best way possible for yourself, so you can feel like you are following your intuition and not just following what your fears say, or what your fears say you can't do, or what you can do, or whatever the case may be. And really being able to truly love yourself and see yourself as an amazing being who, yes, does have some negative, lower vibrational qualities about you, but that's what makes you human. That's what makes you who you are. That's a very big part of you. And denying that part of yourself is not good for you or for anyone else. So being able to accept that part of yourself is what allows you to love you. And that is what allows you to be able to spread love and beauty to the world around you, is being able to see the nasty parts of you and still love you. And then you can see the nasty parts of other people around you and still love them. Because you can't do that if you're busy hating yourself, because you're busy hating anybody else who reminds you of anything to do with your lower qualities, even if you don't realize that that's why you're hating them. So that's what I have for that specific message. That one seemed fairly specific. And in between messages, if you want to be able to purchase a question or donate to the channel, you can find my PayPal, Cash App, and Amazon wishlist all in the description box below. And let's get started with the next message coming through. My life is changing at a rapid pace. It's time to put fear triggers to a test. Things are not always bad. Sometimes they can bring so much happiness and joy. It is time to take some time to enjoy these changes and to welcome the good it can bring in and to expect the best. I deserve some good in my life, and that will take change. I hand my fears up to the divine beings, and I ask my ancestors to fill me with strength and to be there to guide me and protect me on my journey. So right now there's a very rapid pace going on. Things are really moving up, they're speeding up. Things are happening very quickly, and that could trigger some fears. That could trigger some anxiety, some worries, some feelings of unease, and feeling like you're not really sure of what's happening or what's coming, but that's okay. Because not everything that you're unsure of is going to be something bad. People generally tend to fear things that they don't know about. And there's really no point in fearing things you don't know about. A lot of times people have found out that the things they were so afraid of really were not something to fear. But people fear things that they don't know about. They fear differences, fear change, things like that. And being able to be adaptable, being able to be flexible is really something that is going to help you to be able to remain peaceful and remain calm throughout these changing times. Your commitment to this peace, to this calmness, to this happiness, to this joy, your commitment to being able to stay out of your head and not overthink things, your commitment to being able to turn the fear energy off and the fear voice off is going to be what helps you to be able to climb to a higher level, because you are going to be leaving behind that fear. And right now your commitment may be tested and you may be tried in a lot of different ways. A lot of things are going to come up that can spike your anxiety, but it's time to take a couple breaths and be like, that's okay. I can handle this. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Maybe this is something that's going to bring something good, even if it doesn't look like it right now. Things like that. It's kind of like when my RV got wrecked into. I was actually sleeping. It was 7 o'clock in the morning and somebody went around the corner and grabbed it and ripped it sideways and kind of ripped the back end off of it. And when that happened, I did have a good cry for a minute. After I dealt with the people and everything, I went inside and I was going to go do it by myself in the bathroom at the gas station, but the lady was in there cleaning it. So I ended up crying outside the bathroom and somebody ended up finding me and we talked about it for a minute. And then after that point, I chose to go, this could be a very strong blessing in disguise. I don't know what's coming from it right now, but I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to hope that something good is coming from it, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it, because that doesn't do anything good for myself. It doesn't do anything good for my world. All it does is make me stressed out, worried. All it does is make my whole entire body hurt. All it does is really tear me down and make me feel like shit. It doesn't make me feel good in any way to focus on the bad things that could be happening and to constantly get stuck in my fear or in my thoughts about it. So right now you may be facing some similar things that are tests for you to see if you are committed to a path of peace in your mind and your thoughts. There is a deep desire within you to do the right thing. You are someone who thinks outside of the box. You perceive things in a very different way. You may be sabotaging yourself through rigidity in some sort of way, instead of being adaptable and flexible. I was just talking about that. Remember, boundaries are good, but so is flexibility, adaptability, and the ability to be able to compromise. There may be someone jealous over the time and attention that you are placing on someone else at this time, possibly an ex-lover. But you have all the skills and tools necessary to communicate effectively in this situation and bring out the best outcome for all in a positive way. Believe in yourself. So, there really can be something that you are being tested on as far as your communication and peacemaking skills go as well. There could be some situations coming up where you're going to have to face a strong jealousy between two parties, or some sort of harsh energy. There could definitely be something coming up that is going to be calling you to think on your toes and to be able to deal with a situation that is hard to deal with, but it's going to be worth it in the end, and you are capable of this. Always know your worth. You attract what you believe that you deserve. What do you believe that you deserve? I beat myself up for so many insignificant things. And if you spend all your time beating yourself up, thinking you're less than, thinking you don't deserve things, thinking that everything bad that's ever going to happen is always going to happen to you because that's just the way it is, if you do that constantly, then that's what you attract in. That's what you feel like you are worth, and that's what you bring into you. Overcome your fears. Life is too precious and too short. Take your shot. And that is actually reminding me of the song Coming in Hot. I'm coming in hot, just like a fajita. No one's curses hold weight over you anymore. I and my ancestors are far too powerful for them to take on. Anything sent my way just falls away. It's like water attacking oil and failing miserably. No more scattered energy or mind. They are done. They are finished. Anything that they have sent out will be returned to them as karmic laws entail. My energy is free of their negativity. It can't touch me ever again. Curses hold no weight. Neither does the evil eye. Me and my person are free. We are cleansed, protected. My children are free of their evil, and they are no longer affected either. My protection and that of my ancestors extends down to them as well. 8/7/21. They are, after all, their ancestors too. So, whatever you feel like has been coming your way, have faith, have trust that it can no longer affect you anymore, that nobody is able to send that negative energy to you anymore, that you are free of it, that everything that they have been sending out, they will be receiving here shortly. And I really don't think that any of it worked to begin with for the majority of you. It just is something that they thought was working, and maybe it was designed that way. They were given chance after chance after chance to stop doing this, and they chose not to. And now they're going to be paying the price for it. Ace of Wands, Four of Cups, King of Swords. So there's definitely somebody that did not see the blessings or gifts that they had in front of them. Somebody that was kind of selfish. This person could have been very hurt, feeling very down, low, out. And this person could have been very bitter, very jealous, very resentful. This could have been somebody that may have been gaslighting a bit, may have been a little bit possessive or controlling, might have been somebody who tried to win out through their intelligence, not realizing that you have just as much intelligence within you as well. This could have been somebody attacking you or people around you or things around you, causing a lot of disruption and chaos in your life. Could have been somebody who could have been communicating things to people around you that could have been causing a lot of disruptions. Manipulation, gaslighting, overly critical, overly analytical. Somebody that really was using their voice in a way to hurt people instead of to help people. And this person didn't realize that you were there to help them, to love them, to bring light into their life. They had a choice to pick up this cup of self-love, to see their worth, to see their value, and to stop attacking other people because they felt less than. They're having a lot of new thoughts, new ideas at this point, a lot of new direction that they're wanting to take and go down in their life. There's really new passions, new ideas, new thoughts being represented here, and new actions that are being taken. I really feel like these people understand where they went wrong in the past. There's been this massive transformation within them, and they're starting to realize that they should have been using their gifts for good. They should have been using their gifts to lift people up and to make people feel good, because people were trying to do that for them around them, and they did not see them because they were stuck in this self-pity, this self-hatred, this constant pity party was just ruling everything. The Rabbit. And you might have been scared of this energy or of these people in the past. You might have even been scared that, I was just thinking of my daughter when she was younger. We had just watched Home Alone, and my little brother was in the bathroom upstairs, and my little brother's always been, like, he's had a lot of experiences with spirits. And not always in the best ways. So she knocks on the bathroom door and she tells him, I know that you're in there and that you're scared. So somebody knew about somebody's fears. I feel like it may have been your person. It may have been you, whatever it was. People knew about your fears. They knew what would trigger them. They knew what would cause you to feel like the sky was falling. They knew how to use you, how to manipulate you, how to gaslight you, how to cause you to stop your progress, things like that. But slow and steady wins the race, and you have been working extremely hard to be able to make it through these triggers, to be able to free yourself from them, to be able to maintain your peace and your stability, even when things that make you a little anxious are going on. You've really learned how to remain steady, remain faithful, and this slow and steady is definitely something that wins the race. What's really funny is it's like we got the tortoise and the hare here. Somebody may be doing something very fast, very messy, very disorganized, doing things out of fear, doing things out of striking the first shot, doing things to stop things before they happen, or whatever the case may be. And this other person is just slowly going forward, addressing things as they come up, making sure to take care of all the details, responsibly moving forward. And as they're doing this, it is slowly growing bigger, stronger, more stable. And I really feel like there's a lot of stability to be found within yourself, within your connection, within the people around you. Stability that may have been targeted and really affected by a lot of the people that were around you. And now I feel like that stability is being restored and returned, because the patience and persistence and dedication of people to be able to break through this energy and to be able to have this new passionate beginning is really paying off. Healing. True healing of the mind, body, and soul. Abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune, and lucky chances. So there's a lot of lucky chances coming your way, a lot of good fortune. The divine beings are shining their light down on you. And there really is a lot of changes that are going to be coming into your life. And a lot of these changes coming into your life are going to show you just how much you really have been able to heal your mind, your body, and your soul. Because throughout the situations that used to have made you anxiety ridden or fear based, or made you think that the sky was falling, you're going to be able to go, doesn't matter if the sky falls anyway. I got my shell here and I'll be protected. So you know what? Things happen, and things happen for a reason. There's no worries. I'm just going to continue moving forward because that's what I can do. And it's really this energy that is causing so many different shifts in your life. And throughout these changes, that's the energy that you're going to stay in. What's funny is there always seems to be somebody who shows up right at the end of this session to see if I can do a question. I was just thinking about how there's 45 minutes left. It would be perfect timing right now. And that's what came to mind. So, let's see what other messages the guides have for us today. Obstacles present themselves. Know that you can overcome. Your commitment to your true path is being tested here. Sometimes the going gets tough. Remember in those moments that the tough get going and you are strong enough. So there may be a lot of obstacles coming into your path right now, and those obstacles are being presented to you to test your commitment. Those obstacles are being presented to you so that you can see and understand just how strong you are, just how much you are capable of overcoming. And in the past, you may not have thought so, but you're going to be able to see it now. Someone may have tried to do black magic on you in some form. Remember that you are protected, and the power of the divine beings is far greater than some vengeful spirit of a person. Some do not understand why it didn't work, but you are very protected, and it will be sent back to them instead. So, There could definitely be some people trying to meddle in your energy. Between the last message and this message, there's definitely some people trying to meddle in your energy, but that meddling is not going to pay off. All it's going to do is make their own life harder. You might think that the obstacles being presented to you are because of that, but those obstacles are not because of that. Those obstacles are things that you have to go through. There's trials for every person to face, especially when you're on a path like the one that you are on. And in order to be tested on your commitment, your strength, your ingenuity, all of those things, and being able to see all of those things inside of yourself, you have to be able to go through those situations. Just know that anything that anybody is doing to try to throw you off course or to try to get between you and your relationships or your partnerships or your family members, whatever the case may be, where people are trying to destroy you in some sort of way, shape, or form, they are definitely going to get that back for themselves. Healers, because you're a healer. A healer's work. A healer's work is never through, always on to something new. In places some would say are scary, in a healer swoops like a fairy. In faith we gather in the most desolate places, surrounded by dirty, despairing, and downcast faces. As we move, light flows through. Faces turn happy from far too blue. Positivity, love, and light. From your being, all take flight. You bring so much calm. It's amazing to think of humans as a healing balm. So if you want to be able to hear this poem again, you can find it on my other channel, Dee's Storytime. And basically, this is saying that you are definitely protected. You are protected because you are a healer. You are able to go into places and spaces that other people could never even hope or dream to go into without a scratch on you when you come back out. Think about some of those situations that you've been in before where you did not end up getting hurt. Or you may have got hurt in some way, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. And that was the protection coming down over your life. Invisible. I'm never heard no matter how loud. Why are others always so proud? I speak, I scream, I fight to be heard, but no one ever hears a word. I fight so hard to be seen. Invisibility is my scene. I fade to the back, always in lack. It's time to embrace myself. It's time to free myself from that shelf. Long lost pain, it's time to go. What I reap, I will sow. I change the views I have of me. That's all it takes to set me free. Don't be afraid of being seen. Hiding won't save you. In fact, it could be even more dangerous, which is very true. So, it's really time to express yourself. It's time to put yourself out there. It's time to stop feeling like people can attack you, drain you, tear you down, steal from you, and all that kind of crap just because you put yourself out there. Putting yourself out there doesn't make you more of a target. And in fact, a lot of times you're more of a target with less eyes on you, because then people can get away with it easier. People can't get away with it so easily when you have many, many eyes upon you that know that they're taking from you, that know that they're harming you, that know what they're doing. Can they? And the only way that that happens is if you actually manage to get out there and be around people, and to stop trying to hide yourself away from the world, to really be able to free yourself and allow yourself to speak, to communicate, to express yourself, to express your ideas, to put yourself out there and allow yourself to be seen without feeling like you need to hide away, or without feeling like you don't want all those eyes on you because everybody's seeing something about me that I don't want them seeing, or whatever it is, where you feel like you need to escape from those things, because that really stops you from being able to be the amazing healer and beautiful person that you are, because you are hiding yourself from the world when you should be shining your light on the world. You could have been made to feel like you were somebody that just didn't belong, or somebody that didn't matter, or somebody that didn't make a difference, or you could have been made to feel anxious or paranoid, or to think that people were going to take from you and steal from you and hurt you and abuse you if you put yourself out there. But honestly, more of that happens when you hold yourself back. You may be very unsure of whether or not the path you are taking is something that is going to pay off in the long run. You may be questioning things constantly, questioning the seeds that you've planted, questioning how they're going to grow, whether or not they're going to grow in such a nasty, desolate place, things like that. There could have definitely been something that happened early on in your life that really caused you to shift yourself into this invisible energy. I know that I went into invisibility for a while myself after being molested. It tends to cause that reaction in a lot of people. Also, when you are constantly screamed at, or when you're constantly beat for anything that you do, or constantly called a liar, things like that, when the only attention you get is negative, it causes you to want to hide away. It causes you to not want to be seen ever again, because the only time you're ever seen is when people are doing nasty things to you. And really, honestly, that is not the way that the majority of the world works. In a family situation like that, yes, it does work that way, because that happens a lot, where somebody's singled out as the scapegoat or as the one to take the brunt of the blame or the abuse when it comes to anything. And even becoming invisible, if you notice, you still got the brunt of the blame or the abuse or the constant criticism and nastiness from other people, even when you were trying to be invisible. But now it's time for that shift. It's time for that change. It's time to express yourself again. It's time to put yourself out there. It's pretty amazing how this invisible person is sitting here talking to thousands of people every week, isn't it? But you can do that too. You can break free of those shackles that are holding you back. You can choose to go down this path where your purpose lies, or you can choose to sit here continually questioning everything instead of seeing the light shining so brightly behind you. That really felt like a very big mouthful. That seemed like a very important message to get out there, though. Very important message. So let's see what the next message is. Tell your story. Once again, come out of invisibility. Tell your story and don't worry about the opinions or the lies of others. Love yourself enough to honor your journey towards becoming who you are. Everything was an essential part in creating you. Don't lie for or defend others' negative actions towards you anymore. They are not justified, no matter what they have been through. So, I know empaths a lot of times can really excuse everybody for all the nasty things that they do. It's called enabling. And enabling is exactly the same as abuse. It really is. There's some differences, like you're not the one abusing the person, but you are still choosing to have that person around and to continue allowing them to abuse you. And that's enabling. Allowing people to get away with what they have gotten away with, not speaking up, not expressing yourself, not telling the truth about what is going on. All because you're worried about the opinions or the lies of others. You're worried about the eyes all on you, questioning everything about you, kind of like when Johnny Depp's wife accused him of abusing her. For all we know, that could have been true, although most people want to believe it isn't because everybody loves Johnny Depp so much. How could he ever be like that? Everybody jumped on his defense train immediately without even knowing what's going on. Do they know what goes on behind closed doors? No, they fucking don't. So they shouldn't have a say in it anyway. Because the only people who know what happened in that case is him and her. And I'm not saying he's guilty, but what I am saying is nobody that's saying he's innocent even knows if he's innocent. They're just saying he's innocent because they love his movies, which is bullshit. I have a feeling some people won't like that opinion. Hyena. Bringing masculine and feminine aspects into balance. Know when to take action and when to be passive or receptive. The instincts of the hyena will help you to understand what moves are best. Or like Trump, when Trump had about 16 rape allegations against him that all got swept underneath the rug. Nobody ever heard of any of it again. But nobody knows whether or not he's truly a rapist, especially considering the fact of how he treats women. He really seems like one. The hyena teaches us balance and helps us to realize our power and to be grateful for what we have, to not long for what we don't have. Independence, communication, and community are highlighted here. You are someone who brings the warmth of the sun to the coldness of the earth. You may awaken others to their strengths and their weaknesses, but the only way that you can do that is through telling your story. Your story helps others to be able to see they're not alone, helps others to be able to see things from another person's perspective who's been through something similar to what they have. It really causes awakenings, it shifts things, it really changes things for you to open your mouth and express what you have gone through and who you are and how you have found your way out, because you are important and your story makes a difference. It makes a change in the lives of others. That's why I push so hard for people to leave comments a lot of times in a lot of the more touchy subject readings, because that comment could be very life-changing for somebody else. You being able to share your story and express what happened in your situation may actually really help far more people than you know it will. But when you're worried about being invisible, it's very hard to do that. I feel so alone in this world. I don't know what to do or where to turn. My whole life was stolen from me, and everyone was turned against me. I'm not sure how to start from here or who I can trust. So, everyone feels alone in this world at times. Everyone. Everyone feels that at times. Everyone feels like they don't know where to turn, what to do. Everyone feels paranoid at times. Everyone feels like everyone's out to get them at times because of the abuse that they've gone through. If they've gone through abuse like that, then that's a normal thing. If they've been isolated like that, then it is a normal thing to feel worried, to feel anxious, to feel upset, to feel nervous. But the only way that we actually learn is by doing. The only way we break those chains is by hacking them away each day, by growing and by doing more and more, by becoming more comfortable with expressing ourselves and putting ourselves out there, by doing a little bit more each day to improve ourselves on that. Your sacrifices have been seen and felt. The time, effort, faith, trust, and persistence that you have shown is paying off. Believe it and receive it. A new way of living is coming to you now. The wait is over. Now use the patience to be okay with the ebb and flow that follows before the dam breaks loose. You got this. Keep going. Don't give up now. You are almost there. So, it is going to require a lot of patience. It's going to require a lot of trust, a lot of faith. It's going to require a lot of stamina and a lot of commitment to be able to follow this through to the end, to be able to really see all of the recognition coming in. And you have to recognize yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to see yourself before anybody else ever will. You have to not worry so much about what anybody else thinks about you, how they feel about you, what they think that you should or shouldn't be doing, because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What are you going to do or not do, for that matter, that you can live with or can't live with? Ask yourself that. Can you live with not putting things out there that could have changed the entire world? You have free will. Be grateful for it and show it by making a decision. So it's time to make the decisions to take action in your life. It's time to take your power back, and it's time to step up into that power, to feel your power, to know your power, to make the changes necessary in your life to bring about this change. It's time to make decisions. It's time to really decide what it is that you want and to go after it, to step into your passion, to step into your power, and to not feel ashamed or guilty of what it is that you want and why it is that you want to go after this. Call on us anytime that you feel like you are alone. You never are. I am not for you. So, it may be the time to make a decision to walk away from people who may actually be currently isolating you or making you feel like you have to be invisible for whatever reason. People that may be currently abusing you in some sort of way and causing you to feel less than worthy, causing you to question yourself at every turn, causing you to stay stuck in this energy of their control. Really, it's time to break free from that control, from that power that you think that they have over you, because they don't. If you are choosing to excuse their behavior and you're choosing to stick around for it, you are the one making that choice. And now it's time to make a different choice. You have free will, and you can make a different choice at any time. You can make a choice to expose people and to show and bring light to the situations that are going on in your life, instead of covering them or hiding them, or feeling like this person had so many things happen that their behavior should be excused. That's not okay. Just because they had things happen in their life does not mean they get to treat you the way that they are treating you. And it's time now for you to be able to walk away from situations that are not for you, and to choose yourself, to choose self-love, self-care, self-respect, to choose to allow yourself to live a happy, good life instead of being stuck in the miserable world that this person has created around you. I'm going to grab some extra messages. Seemed like the pile went down really quick today. I don't know if I was speaking a lot quicker than normal or not. I know somebody was saying something about me speaking too quick in one of my readings the other day. Something about, you really need to tone it down when you're speaking so quickly in there. It sounds like you're in a hurry to get it done and get out of here. Well, you know what? You're getting it for free. So if I am in a hurry, who gives a shit? But second off, that's just who I am. Who I am is somebody who talks fast. And I'm not in a hurry. I just talk fast. And really, I don't mean to talk too fast for some people. There's actually somebody that generally shows up to the free question session and speaks French. So every time she asks for subtitles, and every time I tell her that it takes a couple days for them to put the subtitles on the video. And yeah, she has a hard time understanding because of the English being her second language. But you know what? I find it awesome that she even knows a second language, because not everybody takes the time out to learn a second language, and that's pretty amazing. So I try not to get upset with that at all. So let's see what other messages there are here today. Focus your intentions towards faith and trust in the plan and in everything unfolding for your highest good in the end. Remember to live in and enjoy every moment. The universe works faster when you're having fun and appreciating everything as it is. Thank you, Muse. Honor the feelings you have within your heart. Recognize and accept them, allowing yourself to feel. Know that obstacles are always detours in the right direction. Everything you go through adds to the person that you are and allows for a chance for growth. Remember that happiness is your birthright and it is found within. Sometimes being humbled is required to find it. All roads lead somewhere. Remember, you have a choice in which one you take. So once again, with the choice in which path you take, what path are you going to take? Are you going to take the path of silence and subservience, submissiveness? Are you going to take the path and allowing people to abuse you? Or are you going to take the path and stepping up, setting your boundaries, walking away from people who treat you like shit, and then letting all future people know that you will not be putting up with anybody treating you like shit, so you better not step to me? Because you can actually avoid getting into abusive situations by doing that. Automatic writing may actually be a thing for somebody here as well. I wanted to say for Muse, actually. It's time to point out and expose the truth. You might think that your truth will cause a conflict, but there is already conflict present. So say what you need to say. So pointing out and exposing things is going to be healthy. It is going to cause some conflicts, but sometimes it takes conflicts to create change. Without conflict, there is no change. And there's already conflict present anyway, so you need to really vocalize what's going on. Expose things. Shine a light on things that people may be trying to keep hidden. Reminders. I am patient, calm, and clear. I will not be filled with fear. I have learned patience well, even if at first I fell. I know I can stand tall. That's the way to have it all. Through faith and trust and pixie dust, I can manifest. It's a must. Moving forward, clear goals in sight. No more reasons to stand and fight. The battle is over. It's time to rest. So I am ready for the next test. So right now, you're going into this energy where the battle is going to be done and over, and you're going to have a resting period. It's going to take this change to come through first. And there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen, but just know that you're going to come out on top. Maintaining your self-care, your self-love, being able to take care of you and your energy is going to keep you in a state where you're more patient, where you're more calm, where you're more clear, and where you're not being filled with so much fear or anxiety. You're going to be able to really stand strong in this situation. You've really learned patience very well, and it may have taken a while to get there, but give yourself credit where credit is due. Being able to stand up and express yourself and stand tall is the way that you are going to be able to have it all. That's the way that you're going to be able to manifest the good things into your life, is by being able to stand up and do the work. Study is needed. In order to continue to expand the mind, you need to keep it going. Learning never truly stops, at least if it isn't blocked by thinking you know it all. Ego can get in the way with your talents and brains. Don't let it. So, it's time to really decide what it is you want to learn about, what path you want to take, where you want to go, what you could really learn to brush up your knowledge in, and to take some of the steps to be able to create an experience for yourself that is enhancing your mind and your knowledge and really allowing you to expand yourself and your views. Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Sun. Especially in learning and understanding what an equal give and take is and what an equal give and take is not. Seeing the truth about how somebody may have been controlling you financially, or being able to see the truth out of how somebody may have been trying to control you through gifts and lack thereof. I've dealt with people that take away whatever they have to offer in punishment, or use the silent treatment in punishment, or whatever the case may be. To truly understand what is hurting your heart the most. And a lot of what's hurting your heart the most is how much you gave to a situation that gave nothing back to you in return. How much you pushed, how much you tried, how much you worked, and really feeling like you didn't receive back in return. But a lot of that is that you needed to pull back how much you were giving as well. It's great to be giving and generous, but to give till you have absolutely nothing left, and then to turn away when people are trying to give to you, or to be like, oh no, it's okay, I got this. Oh no, don't worry about it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. All of that creates that dynamic too. So when you come into a new situation, take a minute to analyze it and look it over. Take a minute to see it clearly. Even though you're motivated, even though you're optimistic, even though you're hopeful and you're wanting to move things forward, and stuff like that, you're really going to have to go, okay, I can give this much. Is this person giving back? Hey, they gave this much too, so I can give this much. Hey, they gave this much too. Or I'm giving this much. Is this person giving back to me? Say you message them on an every couple day basis. Are they messaging you too? Now, are they messaging you first once in a while? Or are you the first one to reach out every single time? If you're the first one to reach out every single time, that is not an equal give and take. But you also have to be patient enough to allow a few days to pass to see if they're going to reach out first next time. And I'm not saying a couple months, because sometimes a couple months will pass and then they'll be the one to reach out first, and they're like, how come you didn't get a hold of me? Well, because I was waiting for you to get a hold of me. I had gotten a hold of you first last time. So if you wanted to talk to me again, you should have been getting a hold of me. But still, that's not an equal give and take if you're somebody who is on a weekly basis or something getting a hold of them. Seven of Wands and the Empress. We're going back to the Empress from earlier, and defending your friendships or your bonds or your connections, being able to stand up for what your heart wants, being able to stand up for what's fair and balanced in a situation. Also being able to stand up for your beauty, your giving, your loving, your light-filled energy that other people may not see as such a good thing. But it is a good thing. It's a very good thing to be a giving, loving, generous, kind person. And to know that all that generosity you put out there will come back to you in some form, even if it's not from the people that you're giving to. But when it comes to your close friends or your close family, there is a truth that needs to be seen there. That if you're going to be giving to them, they need to be giving to you too. And if they're not going to be giving to you and they're just treating you like a doormat, then there is no reason for you to stick around and put up with that, because you are the Empress. You are somebody who's there for others. You're somebody who's a listening ear, a crying shoulder. You're somebody who is there to nurture, care for, love, inspire. You're somebody who is a decision maker. And you may be avoiding making a decision at this point, but that's only because you're ignoring what your heart is telling you that it wants. Regardless of what anybody else thinks about that, your heart knows what it wants. And it's time to stand up and defend what your heart wants, to stand up and defend where you want to put your time and your energy, where you want to put your efforts, where you feel like your efforts are most appreciated and will prosper the most. Where is it that you feel the most fertile and abundant? Where is it that you feel like your time is best spent and your energy is best spent? Because you are going to be coming into that clarity. And that clarity is going to guide you forward. So, in between messages, if you guys wanted to be able to donate, you can find my Cash App and PayPal down in the description box below. Amazon wishlist too. And I really do appreciate anybody who does that. And I am going to do one last message to close it out. And then we're going to be done for today. So let's see. Since I pulled out the rest of these, I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of these. A mother's love. And this is taking me back to that Empress too. You don't see the love that I pour. You don't look back as you run out the door, blinded to the light that I bring. Unimportant is the song I sing. But here I am every day, still trying to have my say, trying to pour love down your throat and hoping some will stay in coat. I love you, beautiful child of mine. I hope someday you see the sign. So, a lot of times when it comes to mother-child relationships, it has been driven to the point of you give everything and they give nothing. Mothers aren't supposed to do everything for their children. Actually, we're supposed to teach them to stand strong on their own. And then other people will come in and tell them that you're not a good mother because of it. But the energy you are pouring out will come back to you. And it may take some time when it comes to that situation. And you may be feeling very lost or alone or sad or hurt or feeling like they just do not see or appreciate you or love you, or whoever this may be, especially if you're a mother. And just know that they do. They really do. Sometimes they just don't show it. They don't really think about it. There may actually be an experience in the near future that causes them to think about it more than normal and causes them to see things more clearly, that really uncovers and exposes just how important you are in their life and just how much you mean to them. I actually found a note from my daughter the other day that kind of brought me to tears a little bit, because she used to feel that way about me and I didn't see it, and now they both hate me. Anyway, rebuilding foundations. Bloodshed, tears, ashes, and rain. Been through so much hardship and pain. Overcoming left and right. For far too long, no end in sight. World gone, ashy and gray. But I live to fight another day. Slowly cleansing rain brings spring. Slowly I start to dance and sing. Colors start to light the way. A little girl's giggles and play. Swift action now comes to bring together something that none will ever sever. There could have been outside sources too that were causing these dilemmas or causing the pain or fights between you, things like that. And all of that's going to be exposed. The truth is coming in. Clarity is going to reign. All of the negative, lower vibrational energies and things, all of the illusions are going to be going out, and the clarity and truth and honesty is going to be replacing it. There's going to be a lot of motivated action forward. There's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of optimism coming in. A lot of beautiful things are coming in, and it's going to be built on such a strong foundation that it is never going to be able to be knocked down again. And I really feel like you are going to be shifting your views, because you know what? Nobody can hate you that much if there isn't love underneath it. So even if you feel like your kids hate you right now, or your partner hates you, or your family hates you, or whatever it is, your parents hate you, whatever it is, nobody could hate you that much without love underneath it. And so I really feel like a lot of the illusions and a lot of the fears, a lot of the anxieties, all of those things are going to be being brought to light and being healed. Look deep inside of you. Who are you really? Are you ready to move forward? Because you might be the only thing standing in your way. Move forward knowing your innermost dreams will come true. So your innermost dreams that you may be denying, that you may be holding back from, that you may be worried about jumping into because you may feel like you aren't going to get back what you're putting in. All of those kinds of things. What is your heart attached to the most? What does your heart want more than anything else? Because your heart and your mind combined is what is going to lead you to your desired outcome. Being able to take that action, but in a grounded way as well. You are important too. Take some time for self-care and love. Do more for you and don't feel guilty about it. Instead of giving all you are away to everyone around you, it's time to really make sure that you are taking care of yourself and loving yourself too. That you are taking time out for the things that are good for you as well. Take yourself out on a date, dress up, and hold your head high. Go on a vacation somewhere that you can relax and unwind. Maybe even learn some new things. There is a whole world around you. It's time to live. Live like you were dying. Tim McGraw. No more time to be a yes man or a yes woman. No more time to give to others without a return. So it's time to start saying no when it's necessary. It's time to stand your ground. It's time to let people know what's okay with you, what isn't okay with you. It's time to really set those healthy boundaries, to take care of you, to take some time out, to pamper yourself a little bit, to care for yourself a little bit, to take a nap if you need to really dedicate to yourself what you have given to so many others so freely for so long. There's nothing wrong with giving some of that to you too, especially if nobody else is giving any of that to you and all you do is give it away to everyone else. Treating yourself that way is going to show others how to treat you. Call me crazy. Others call me crazy every day, all because I do things my own way. I don't listen to their crazy talk. I keep my head high and I walk my walk. Who cares what the small-minded think or say? Let them go their own way. My mind is open to what I feel. Nothing could ever be more real. I leave behind any doubt. Who cares if I look crazy running about? I know what's real in my life, and I cast away your crazy strife. So if you guys are interested in finding that poem, you can find it on Dee's StoryTime, and there's a link for that in the description box below. Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. The Tower, the Five of Wands. So I was actually getting somebody might be wanting to fight for you, might be wanting to fight to express their love. Somebody may be learning, growing, understanding their emotions better. You might be going through these things to learn, to grow, to understand yourself better, to understand the world around you better, to be able to express your truth better, to be able to really gain wisdom and knowledge emotionally, mentally. Really being able to heal yourself, being able to heal this energy of placing people on a pedestal above you and placing yourself at people's feet. Somebody else could be doing this as well, coming out of a people pleaser energy, really being able to understand things better because of exploring the options. Somebody may be exploring the options, understanding themselves better, understanding the world around them better, really starting to see things in a different light, starting to open up to the idea that there are good things out there and that there are many different options, choices, paths that you can take. Fighting for what you want, fighting for your emotional healing, fighting to come out of the illusions, being able to really fight this constant argument inside your head about what's going on with yourself or with others around you. Something came crashing down because somebody needed to learn. Somebody needed to develop further emotionally or mentally. Somebody could have went through a lot of emotional or mental abuse in their childhood, and it could have really caused a lot of illusions to be playing about. And that's also why there's this need to learn here, need to grow here. People may call you crazy for expressing your love, for being you, for really pouring your heart into things, for pouring your soul into things, for really allowing yourself to do that when everything just falls apart at the end of the day anyway. And really, I feel like it's bravery. It's not craziness, it's bravery. Safe and happy travel, protection from harm while journeying. So, as you're exploring your options, as you're exploring your emotions, as you're really diving into your mental faculties to learn, to grow, as you are expressing yourself and the truth of your emotions, the truth of what you want, the truth of your feelings, and really what that means for you and what that means for the world around you. As you're going through all of these things, you are going to be protected on this journey. Follow your ideal life path on target. So it's time to really, you're the one who knows which of these cups is the best cup for you. You're the one who knows where you want to pour your love, where you want to express your love, and allowing yourself to speak this truth and to put this out there, to make this offer, even if you feel like it's not a big enough offer for somebody, or even if you feel like you don't have enough or you aren't enough. Know that you are, and that you are on your ideal path in life. And know that the people who love you and really love you are going to be willing to accept you and love you in return. They're not going to turn you around because you don't have enough to offer financially, or because you need to learn and grow a little bit emotionally or mentally. Love charm. Attract a lover, soulmate, life partner. And like I was saying before, I really do feel like there's something that's going to be happening here where everything is going to be seen clearly. There's going to be a change, a dramatic shift. There may even be somebody who passes away or something along those lines, but there's going to be something that is that strong of a level of a transformation in your life that is going to cause this shift. Somebody is going to want to rush in and express their love, whether that's you or another person. All of a sudden, they're going to be like, life is too short. Why am I playing these stupid games? I need to express what I'm feeling instead of hiding it and holding it back, instead of letting pride or ego or whatever other crap get in the way, all the illusions, all the fights, all the arguments, all the constant things going on in my head and the confusion and all of that stuff, all of the competition. All that crap means nothing if I don't have this person by my side. And that's either you or the other person, but whatever it is, this person is going to be feeling a very strong pull to come forward and express their love and express their happiness and their joy, to make an offer of some sort. And there's going to be a lot of luck on your side and a lot of protection while this is happening. So that is what I have for that set of messages. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading today. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Sharing your story helps others. Remember that. And I really do appreciate those who share their story, because it makes a bigger difference than you realize. And I hope to see you guys again next time. And I hope you have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.